Oh, friends and family, Bucks Nation. Lots to talk about today. I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Y'all know what we here to talk about. I know many of you don't even care about this game. Y'all want to get into the Giannis. Y'all want to get into the Doc Rivers. I understand. I get it. I get it. Let's get through this game, get through these numbers, and we gonna get right into the nonsense. I do understand that Bucks Nation cheerleads foolishness. I know y'all is ready. I know y'all ready. It's 2 minutes left. Let's just talk about this game. I'm just so like it's just so much information coming to me today. Friends and family, salute to Bucks Nation. Friends and family, channel members was good. Hey, Queens of the chat was good. Now, I just want to pop our collar for a minute. Everything that we have been talking about on this live finally has come full circle. I want to thank the people that have stuck with the pod through the ups and downs of this Buck season to truly see the power of this community. Everything that we wanted is starting to unfold. We were talking about Doc. We knew he lost the locker room. We knew all of that. They weren't saying anything. We knew all of that. We put pressure on the organization to start to be transparent with what's going on. They're looking foolish. They're looking like the inmates is running the assignment. And look, they let it all hang out. Do you believe in this community yet that we move the needle? What more proof do you need that we move the needle here? It's all in front of you. Look what they're saying is verbatim of what we talk about in this live. Verbatim. That's why we must remain diligent, friends and family, with telling the truth about this team, because the right people pay attention and it makes a difference. All right, Bucks down 1. Let's look into this game real quick, y'all. Hold on. Let's get into this game. Let's go. Bucks down 1 point. Or 2 points now. 3 points, my bad. 90-87. We got a minute 20 left. We got Taurean Prince with another good game. Usman Jang, 10 points. Jericho Sims, 12. And AJ Green with 17. AJ Green for 17. AJ Green clearly was watching the pod. He was getting frustrated that we was saying he should get out of here. He was frustrated with all the Cormac glazing. He was like, let me hold my beer. Let me show y'all what I used to do. Don't get rid of me yet, Bucks fans. Hey, believe in me. We getting a new coach. That's what AJ Green is saying. He just needs one more chance. He just needs one more chance. Look at AJ Green. 5 of 12 from the field, 5 of 11 from 3. Look at it. 5 rebounds. Okay. Cormac Ryan right on his helmet, though, with 14. 5 of 12, 3 of 6 from 3. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover. Shout out to Cormac Ryan applying pressure. Hey, you know what, y'all? I'm just going to keep it real. Jericho Sims is a keeper. And if we were to move on from Miles Turner and Jericho Sims was our starting center, I wouldn't even be upset. The more he plays, the better he's getting, the more confident he's getting. I'm just saying, hey, hey, I'm just saying. We got some talent on this team, you guys. We're going to get into, what's going on with the team. But all I'm saying is, looking at this roster, we have talent. It just needs to be cultivated. We do have some talent on this team. Right now, Bucks are down 87-92, 59 seconds left against Brooklyn. We're under a minute here. The one thing that irked me the most about this game, win, lose, or draw, is this dude right here, E.J. Liddell, having 21 points is absolutely insane. Why is that insane? Why did you pick him out? Let's see why I picked him out. This fool averaged 3 points a game. 3 points a game. Against the Bucks, he scores a point a minute. 21 minutes, 21 points. 7 of 9, 2 of 3, 5 of 5, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. What is it about the Bucks where nobody's become somebody? Why is it always against the Bucks? It's some scrub that wants to have a coming out party. I just don't understand it. I really don't. It's just crazy. It just doesn't make sense. Malachi Smith had 11, Drake Powell 11, Ben Sarah 15. Nobody else in double fit. We're 2 bad teams, you guys. Let's just keep it real. We're 31-47. They're 19-59. I think us losing to them, if we were to lose, it's just a culmination of all the foolishness that's going on with this season. On the bright side, it looks like it'll be the dismissal of Doc Rivers, a.k.a. Google Me. That's what we're going to start calling Doc Rivers, y'all. Google me. The audacity of this dude. He don't even get it. Google me. Yeah, it is the Doc effect. I see you, AOL. They don't quit. But let's go, y'all. Hey, we only down 2 points. Let's go ahead and win this game, friends and family. Let's go ahead and win this game. Come on, Bucks. Only having 8 free throws is crazy. And again, it's the standard. This has to be corrected with the next coach. This 19, 20, 22 turnovers, this is getting a little crazy, you guys. This is becoming consistent. How about we Google that, Doc Rivers? Google me why your team always turning the ball over 20 times. Let's find that. I don't even want to Google. I want to go way back. Let's ask Jeeves. Let's ask Jeeves about Doc Rivers. We need old information. We need old files on this mark. The audacity. And I hate we gonna get into it. Let me not turn up on this. I'm just so frustrated with what's going on with this team. 19 turnovers, 25 assists is just insane. And then you have where Brooklyn only turns the ball over 10 times. 18 assists. They get 20 free throws. We lucky they didn't shoot good from three, only 9 or 26. Another bad shooting team as well. I'm just ready for us to begin to orchestrate the transition into the new look Bucks. That's what I'm waiting on, because this team is clearly quit. I mean, they don't believe in the coach no more. Shout out to AJ Green for getting a dub. Shout out to him. And we hit all these threes, 15 to their 9. The free throws killed us. 19 to 21 to 5 to 8 is crazy. Rebounding was actually our advantage, 9 to 3 offensive rebound and defensive rebound, so that's good to see. And we know a lot of that is due to Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims definitely cleans up the boards, so shout out to Jericho Sims. And then we got fast break points, 8 to 7, nothing big there. Points in the paint, they got 10 more than us, 46 to 36. And that's kind of the difference in the game, is really the free throw shooting and the points in the paint. We turn the ball over a lot, cost us, and we're in a position that we've been in multiple times this year, losing games. This is another one that looks like, unless something miraculous happens, this is another L. And I want to tell y'all, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Taurean Prince. We 100% need to bring back Taurean Prince. He has been playing phenomenal basketball, in my opinion. Look at today with a double-double. Hey, ever since maybe Taurean Prince had neck issues all along and he needed that surgery, he looks like a completely different player. Completely different player. Shout out to Taurean Prince. Hopefully we can bring you back. I think we got something. Let's bring back Taurean Prince, help solidify this bench. Occasional starter is needed. We need more people like that. High IQ basketball player. Shout out to Taurean Prince. I'd have liked to see Pete Nance be a little bit more aggressive in his time today, but he still played well. I mean, 8 points, 2 rebounds, and what I like most is a tied for a team high with 6 assists. Our big man led the team in assists. Think about that. Jericho Sims, 6 assists. Pete Nance, 6 assists. What that tells me is that our big men can pass, and we should take advantage of that. And whatever new system that we institute, that we should allow the bigs to pass, because clearly Sims and Nance are able to pass fairly well, especially for bigs. So I think that's something that we need to take in consideration as well. I'm just really just happy that the organization is finally being transparent after the pressure was applied by friends and family. And we kept getting on their helmet. And they finally released, and they let it all hang out. That's what made it funny. They told everything about how they was thinking about trading Giannis. I mean, everything came out. Thank you, Bucks Nation. This is the best way to heal. Tell the truth. Let it out. We appreciate it, Bucks. Now we can begin the healing process. We all know what's going on. We all have information that's up to date. Now we can begin the transition process. Damn it, Pronte. Pronte, yes. Yeah, our guards passing may not be the best, but our bigs can pass. So that's at least a positive. And maybe we're coaching that the point guards would be a little better passing, but I know what you're saying. It almost seems like our bigs pass better than our guards. And to an extent, that's valid. Shout out to Pronte. To an extent, that's valid. All right, we down 5, y'all. 9.1 seconds left. Looks like the Bucks are going to take an L to the Nets. I thought this was a guaranteed dub, to be honest. And for us to play like this is a little disheartening against a team of this caliber. The only thing I can say is that with all the turmoil circling around this team, the locker room, Doc, Giannis, maybe it's official. Bucks take an L against the Brooklyn Nets is crazy. Brooklyn Nets is trying to lose, and we can shout out to the Bucks, man. Better days are ahead, friends and family. We just got to get through this season so we can begin the rebuild process, either a full rebuild or soft rebuild, depending on what we do with the Giannis Antetokounmpo situation. I'd just like to get back a second and tell y'all talk about a few things that have been brought up over time. Do y'all remember last summer when I was talking to y'all about Giannis Antetokounmpo and that he need to quit playing and he's gonna mess around and turn heel and people are gonna mess around and say, "Hey, we don't care. We want him to get traded. This is too much." Blah blah blah. Where are we now, friends and family? Where are we at now? We got a toxic relationship. We got Giannis upset the Bucks didn't let him play. He was trying to hit some milestones, overpay this and that. One thing I like to say, I just want to take this in steps. I'll put the link in the chat, y'all. We're gonna take this in some steps. I want to get into the Giannis a little bit first, and then we're gonna get into Doc. But I want to start with Giannis first. Now, with this Giannis Antetokounmpo situation, this should have been handled way differently. It shows me that there's some type of communication gap between the Bucks and Giannis because there's no way that Giannis would have had to go to the media for him to play instead of him going to ownership like, "Hey, if y'all gonna sit me, then I need my money for this and that." I think they would have gladly paid that man his money versus the fiasco that was presented to the public regarding the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis situation. This is why I've been asking y'all. Y'all told me that Giannis got a publicist and all of this. Why would he be doing all of this if he had a publicist? This has been handled very, very poorly, in my opinion, on both parties' part, but especially Giannis for making this public. I felt like this is something that could have been handled in-house, but at least now we have an answer to why Giannis was doing what he was doing. He wanted to play, not just, to play, but also to hit the milestones for financial incentives. We all know how Giannis is about his money. He want all his money. He's very frugal. He's very responsible with his money, and that's kind of why this boiled over. But as Giannis having so much control within the organization, I just don't even know why he couldn't have told them and told them what was going on and how he felt. And I felt like that situation could have been handled behind closed doors. Now, when things get public, now it makes things messy. The only thing that I can think of than what we were saying before is to make it ugly, to create a toxic environment in order to force his way out. That is the only other scenario. And I know y'all saying he want all his money and he gonna sign and all this and that. Until he signs, he's not signed. Let me repeat myself. Until he signs that extension, it's no extension. So we don't need to be saying something that did not happen. What we do see in front of us is currently a toxic relationship. Maybe that could be repaired with the right coach, seeing that we're looking to move on from Doc Rivers. But nonetheless, is that enough to band-aid this situation? I almost feel like this is with malicious intent. Maybe I'm looking at things differently than y'all might, friends and family, but I feel like you have to have more sense than to come to the public with that unless you're trying to do something. I feel like if he doesn't re-sign, this situation was a way to force his way out of Milwaukee without looking bad. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's gonna look like they're stopping this man from playing basketball. He's not with all that. He's not with the tanking. He want to let it all hang out, 100 miles an hour, all that. So he won't look as much as the bad guy as we will look for holding him back from doing what he wanted to do. So just bear that in mind. Again, friends and family, I promise you I get paid to forecast. And I've been forecasting so much stuff that has come true. I'm telling y'all, if he leaves, this is the situation that they'll point at to what made the situation. They'll say irreparable damages or something like that. And this will be the situation to force him out and make us look bad where he kind of skates. That's why this happened. This could be another reason. We'll see. I know some of y'all gonna come on here and talk about he gonna sign the extension. That's cool. That's an assumption. You don't know that. He could sign the extension now. He hasn't done it. There's no reason to wait. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. You waiting because you're trying to plot and figure something out. That's why you don't sign it. There's no reason not to sign it. Now, what are you waiting for? It's your money. It's sitting there waiting on you. Why would you not just sign if you care about money that much? Somebody putting that type of money. Hey, hurry up and bring that out. Hey, the ink wouldn't even be dry on the paper before I signed for that $300 million or whatever the total is. So I just want y'all to take a step back and take off your fan goggles and put on a businessman goggle and think about this entire situation and what you expect the end result to be. That's all I want to say. I just want y'all to take it logically, take the emotion out. I know how we feel about Giannis, what he's done for the city, the community, the state, everything. But looking at this, do you guys think that this situation can be repaired? That's what I want to get to in friends. If I'm going to tap y'all in a minute, I see y'all, tap y'all in a second. Just want to politic with friends and family. Yeah, okay. Hey, but I feel you, Brett. What I'm saying is he could also, he not physically sign, he could just come out and say, I'm signing the extension. He could come out and say it. Okay, let him give a verbal commitment then, Amtrak. Let him give a verbal, he could give a verbal, he could give a verbal commitment. What is he waiting on? That's my point. Why are you waiting? If you want something, say it now. Dre West, they not picking up what I'm putting down, bro. They not seeing it, bro. They not seeing. I'm trying to give example. And I want to tell y'all something. I'm about to put somebody in the chat here that we all know, been around a long time. And when it's gone left, this is exactly what I told y'all from turning from hero to heel. Eliza Jane, a diehard Giannis fan. And y'all know Eliza. She's been around here for years. Shout out Eliza. GA uses the ambiguity as leverage. They need to go ahead and make the moves. Hold on. They need to go ahead and make the moves. They're done so in the past. Yep. Okay. So are you saying, Eliza, that you still have faith that Giannis is gonna stay? Let me know that. Do you think he's gonna stay? Yeah, thank you, J. Cole. I know what you, like I said, nothing is guaranteed. I'm just looking at what's being presented in front of me. That's all I'm saying. Let me shout out who in the chat too before we get into it, because I know this is gonna get deep today. What up, Pickle Luke, Dre West, my dude? What's good? Trina, what's good? Shout out to the queens of the chat. Pickle Luke, I see you. Daddy Commander, I see you. Barack Bahamas in the building. What's good? BKC in the building. Derek Stevenson, I see you. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Let's make sure we hit that like button. We about to poly night. Scales, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in. Jeff Riley. Robert Brooks, what's good? Appreciate y'all tapping in. Let's get into it. Oh, Jada MOC, what's good? Greg Delaney, I see you. Jimmy Roller, what's good? Appreciate you. Alan Milwaukee, Ryan Love, I see all friends and family in here. Mr. 414, my dude. Let's get active. The childish one. Let's get into it. I'm gonna tap into people. Prate said, Giannis knows this team is trash and he's weighing on taking money versus losing. Facts. Oh, what up, Bleacher? J. Cole, I see you too. Let me tap in the gentleman real quick. We're gonna tap in Jay Lewis. We're gonna tap in Jeff Riley in the building. Jeff Riley. I know he got a lot to say. Jeff, we ain't doing no subject today. What up, Jeff? What up, Jay Lewis? What's good? Hey, lots to talk about. Hey, friends and family.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, hit the like button. This is the Bucks channel and community that makes stuff happen around here. Please hit the like button out of appreciation for our grind here and telling the truth and not sugarcoating none of this Bucks news. We gonna pop our collar today because everything we've been saying has been gospel. Everything we've been saying been gospel. What? Y'all think I talk crazy for no reason? You only talk crazy when you got facts and receipts in your back pocket. We got the receipts in our back pocket. Let's pop our collar. We was said at the beginning, a little before halfway the season. Hey, Doc done lost this locker room. How many times was that mentioned in here? You didn't hear that from the mainstream media. You heard that here with friends and family. They wasn't talking about that. Who was talking about Giannis turning heel and he's messing up the narrative of how people think about it? That came here. There were people that were put on the cross damn near for saying that. Shout out to B-Shack. We tell the truth over here. What? Everything that we've been telling y'all is facts. We were the ones putting pressure on the Milwaukee Bucks organization to step up. Tell us what's going on with this organization because the fan base is turning on you. What happened? They told all that. They spilled all the beans. Didn't they? They told everything. They didn't leave nothing unturned. They told everything. From when they was going to possibly trade Giannis, everything that we wanted to know. I have now feel very comfortable with what's happening because they finally said, hey, this is it. This is everything that's happening. Once that happens, you're ready to move on. You're ready to move on once that happens. I'm just keeping it real. Hold on one second. Let me tap in Gibson real quick. Hold on, Gibson. And when I be telling y'all that we need to keep telling the truth, this is all the proof in the pudding you need. Who else was talking about the Bucks like we were talking? Everybody else trying to sugarcoat, not tell the truth. We came in here and told the people what they needed to hear, the truth. And now look, that's why we have to continue. It ain't always pretty, y'all, but we gonna get the results. We just got to put our heads down and keep grinding. But without further ado, we got Jay Lewis to the top right. Bottom left, we got Jeff Riley. Bottom right, we got the homie. My homie Gibson Nicholas. What's good? A.K.A. Barack Bahamas. In the middle. What's good? We going to start with Jay Lewis. Go ahead. We're going to spin a block. Let's start with Jay Lewis, and we're going to come to you, too, Gibson. 1 second. Go ahead, Jay Lewis. We're going to start with you.
Man, it's been going wild the last couple of days, man, with this team, this organization. We done went from we got the Antetokounmpo brothers out there acting like silverback gorillas, getting technical fouls on alley-oops. we got Giannis getting mad because he ain't gonna meet his quota for his Nike deal and get his bonus. We got Doc saying, Google me. We got Kyle Kuzma in the locker room telling the young dudes not to listen to the coaches. What's going on here?
But they was picking on him. The coaches was picking on him, though. He DNP'd the homie for no reason. And he was just picking on Kuzma.
Because he said to the young boys not to pay attention to the coaches.
Because he sees the damage that he's causing just like we do. And he's trying to save them young brothers. He's trying to save them. He's trying to...
Hey, you can't do that, man.
He put himself on the sword to save them young kids. He trying to save the youth. Thank you, Kuzma, for sacrificing yourself for the children.
Hey, you still gotta be professional, man. You can't do that. It's still a basketball team. You can't just tell these kids to just do whatever. That's why we look crazy when we get on the court. That's part of the reason. Because they ain't listening to the coach, man. I mean, I know.
Thank you, Mr. 414.
I know Doc. What do you say?
He said they say he's going to sign, and I've been saying I don't know about that. GA is moving different.
Man, I don't know, man. It's been going downhill for more than just this year, sir. I think it started with Lazary leaving because I don't think he got along with Wes Edens. I think he found a window and got himself up out of there before stuff was hitting the fan. Because he left, Budenholzer got fired. You know, it was just all these dominoes just slowly starting to fall. And now, like I said last year, man.
Yeah, this is crazy. I kept some notes from that article. I just want to go over. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about the Lori Nichols?
Yeah. This dude is crazy. This dude lost the locker room and thought ultimatums would fix it. Crazy. These are grown men, not children. You benched Kyle Kuzma for telling the truth. Regardless if it was professional or unprofessional, we all saw the damage that was being caused, and he sacrificed himself. Shout out to Kyle Kuzma.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, he tried to lead you know what, they teach you this in when you take managerial classes, they teach you this right off the rip. You don't lead by fear. You'll never get the respect that you deserve.
Oh no, you're
He
right
was
about
trying
that.
to lead by fear, and I think that was another thing that turned the locker room against him as well. It's just
Oh
crazy.
yeah, I'm not saying that Doc was right
Right. Yeah,
for what he said.
it's
You know,
crazy. Yeah, I just don't
I'm just
understand.
saying, you don't fight fire with fire. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, I agree with you. It was juvenile, but I understand what it was coming from all that
yeah,
bent up frustration of
we
watching what
are.
was happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on.
I just don't want them to look like fools coming out to the court. Coming out to the stadium.
Right. I
That's
feel you.
all I. That's all I want. Just keep it real chill. Y'all duke it out afterwards.
Right, yeah, that's fair.
But
That's
be
fair.
but be professional in front of the Milwaukee people.
right in front of all these people.
Don't have us. Y'all already got us looking like fools now in the media, talking about our. You see LeBron James talking about our city like
Right,
in Memphis, like you know, where did all this
right,
animosity come from, man?
right.
What's wrong with you?
He
You
said,
you
"What's wrong
you
with
work
you?"
hundreds. You work hundreds of millions of dollars, and
Right,
you talking about Milwaukee?
right. Like you ain't from Cleveland. That's what I be saying about this dude. You talking crazy from Milwaukee like you not from Cleveland. Man, this dude, I
Yeah.
can't. Soon
No,
as the season
no,
over, man,
no, no. Hey,
I
hey,
gotta get.
you wrong on that, man. That's the boy from not even Cleveland, Ohio.
All right,
He's from
Akron.
Akron,
Yeah,
Ohio.
you from the Madison of
It's
Wisconsin.
not
Knock it off. Knock it off. That's
not
crazy.
even Cleveland. He's from not even Cleveland.
Right. Yeah, knock it off. Hold on one sec. King Kwame, appreciate the 199 super chat. Doc fans, has your eyes been open? He was the mole.
Hey,
uh,
and Wes Edens put him there.
right, exactly. Bleacher Report, appreciate the 199 super chat. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved.
Man,
Salute the Bleacher.
I'm to the point where, man, just trade this man, get rid of him, please, because
Yeah, I agree.
he's spreading the disease, man. It's not gonna stop until he's gone.
Okay, so Eliza, you saying he'll sign if he can win? Okay.
No, don't. No, we ain't finna do that, man.
Okay. Eliza,
If we can win, we're not finna wait on if we can win. No,
he just
you
need like
gone,
make
buddy.
a decision. Yeah, he just need to make it.
You gone. We're not waiting on you.
Yeah,
You
I don't see
gone,
it.
dude.
That's what
You
it is,
can't do this
process.
waiting.
That's what it comes down to: winning or the bag. I think a good coach heals the divide, though. Agree. Great point. Agree. That's what I was saying earlier. That's the only thing I can think can keep Giannis on this team is if we get the right coach. I know that y'all hearing rumors of
But we
Taylor
can't.
Jenkins and things like that. I'm saying whoever we get is gonna be better than Doc. It has to be up from
Yeah,
Doc.
but we can't get a good coach if our organization is in shambles
Right, but this was the
because
first
they
step
not.
in the healing process with letting it all
Yeah,
hang out, with telling the
I
truth.
mean, I think we got to get rid of Horst too.
hmm I'm with you. My issue is that we just signed him to an extension. That's the problem with Horst.
That doesn't mean you can't be fired.
Understood. I understood. But the thing is, we're gonna be paying Doc another 10 million because he's supposed to coach next year, and I don't remember what Horst contract is, so we'd have to pay that too. We already paying
But
Dame. We got a lot
would
going
you?
on.
So would you rather go through this another season then?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying from a financial perspective of how to look at it. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I don't give these guys is billionaires, man. I don't care about that.
They still are in the
We
business
talk
of
no,
making
but
money, bro.
yeah, but you can't make money if we can't even get to the play-in.
Yeah. But that's why they coming out because
If
you
no,
remember I was telling y'all a couple like for the last 2 months I was like, hey man, ain't nobody in this arena. They gonna have to start saying
right,
something soon. I was
that's what
like,
I'm
hey, they
saying.
gonna say something soon
But
because it's hitting their pockets, and that's why they just let it all hang out. Like, hey, this ain't all on us. Nino
but they're
Brown ain't
not
the
even.
only one. You know what I'm saying?
It's
We
not
telling on
just.
everybody.
It's not just the arena. It's outside the arena too.
Yeah, true, True. True.
Everything that's been built up for this, that stuff is gonna go too. We can't even keep certain things open in the Deer District.
Right. Right. Yeah, you're right. That's actually facts. That's actually facts. That is actually facts. But without further ado, let's go to Jeff real quick. What up, Jeff?
Well,
What up? What up,
okay,
Dr. Smith? I
so
see you in the green room. I'll get you in here in a minute, sir. Go ahead, Jeff.
what I've been hearing is Giannis is waiting to see what we do to retooling the team before he commits to signing.
What is he willing to do to help to make the team better? Did he say that?
Don't know. He's waiting for the okay. I've been hearing that Taylor Jenkins will be the coach.
Okay.
That's one sign. Taylor Jenkins has a good rapport with Giannis because he's been with Giannis back in the 2018-19 season before becoming the Memphis coach.
Mm-hmm.
That's one plus. But Giannis is waiting to see what the team does to retool around him to get him back into the playoffs next year. That's what he's waiting on. If the team stays the same as it was this season, he's not signing.
See, but if they put in, you know what? This is the problem I have with that. What are you doing to help the situation?
He's not doing anything.
That's what I'm saying. How do you make demands and you're not doing nothing to help the situation? What part are you playing to make this team better? What part have you played to get this team to this point? You can't just sit on the sideline. I'm gonna wait to see. What are you doing to help?
The last thing that he did to try to help the team was a big flop. He the one that talked to Miles Turner to sign him with the team. And look what happened with that.
Now we stuck with a center that can't even.
Well, we'll see. We'll see under new leadership.
But I mean, he's been doing stuff. He's got his brothers on the roster.
Right.
That's something that he's done.
But he wants to stay. He wants to stay.
I don't think the city wants him to stay though.
The number one thing he looking at.
Can I ask you a question, Jeff? If somebody wants to say, it's why would you embarrass somebody you with if you want to stay with them?
Exactly.
Don't know what's going on in his head.
Again, he's frustrated. That is a grown man, 30 some years old, been around the block.
31 years old.
Again, why would you embarrass somebody that you're trying to be with?
I don't know.
Because you think you can do that.
From what he's been saying to Lori Nichols, he's saying he wants to stay with the team. He just want all of this to be fixed.
Who is Lori Nichols, though? She ain't got nothing to do with the organization. With the Journal Sentinel.
I feel you. But again, I'm asking you, though, Jeff. You still not explaining to me. If you try to stay here, why are you conducting yourself this way? If this is where you want to be. Is this how you conduct yourself somewhere you want to be? You're telling me trying to see what they gonna do. What are you doing to help this team? Are you saying, you know what, I'm willing to play like this so we can get this player in here so we can get better? My way hasn't been working. Maybe I need to come off the ball. Maybe we bring in somebody else that can handle those duties and let me get in the post. What are you willing to sacrifice, Giannis Antetokounmpo, for this team to get better? You can't just sit on the sideline and say, I'm going to wait and see, because let's be clear, some of the decisions made up until this point have come because of Giannis Antetokounmpo. You can't sit on the sideline and not be all in. You either all in or all out. You waiting, so you're going to embarrass me, and then I got to flatter you. So you're going to shame me, and then I got to flatter you for you to stay with me after you shame me. Think about what...
I agree.
What? That does, to me, I'm very frustrated.
That's not a healthy relationship.
That's not a healthy relationship. Again, I'm going back to my point. I think this, if he leaves, it's because of pulling a stunt like this. I can't, the way that y'all are just saying like he's going to sign no matter what, is insane to me by what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is not that of a human that wants to be here. Period.
I didn't say that, Am.
I'm dead.
I
I'm
didn't say
dead.
that.
I just don't see it. I don't see that. Hold on 1 second. Let me.
I didn't say
Robert Walker
nothing like
Murphy, appreciate the $20 super chat. As a fan base, we got to have some self-respect. You can't just treat us any kind of way.
Exactly.
If this was a relationship, we'd all be like, girl, you better leave.
Right. That's what I'm saying, man. This man is a grown man.
Thank
You
you,
a
Robin, because
grown
I'm
man.
saying it, they not hearing me. Thank you for coming for Robin, one of the OG members, queens of the chat, channel member. Thank you,
I
man.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree
that's why it
with you,
doesn't make
Amara, but
sense. It just doesn't make sense.
I agree with you, but this is what I've been reading.
Yeah, I feel
That
you.
he do want to stay, but he just don't know how to fix the issue. But the issue he brought on himself.
I know what he can do. He can sit down and shut his
brought
mouth.
all of this on himself.
He can sit down and shut his mouth. That's how you help him.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stop talking to the media.
Be like they used to be in the old days.
Okay,
go out and play
okay.
and keep your mouth shut.
Facts. Let me get Gibson here because he got some background noise. I want to get Gibson to say his thing. Then we're going to get you in here, Dr. Smith. Hold on 1 second, Jeff. Go ahead, Gibson.
Salute to the chat. Salute. If you hear some noise in the background, Amber, that's my kids making some noise. But
all right. Yeah, that's why I'm going to let you get it in real quick before it get any louder. Go ahead, Gibson. And then I'm going to tap in Dr. Smith. Go ahead.
I want to send a special shout out to your guest in the house. That's my first time meeting him. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, Jay Lewis. Yeah.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Jeff Riley, I need you to go down there to get the coolers, the grill ready. We are having a party next week because that idiot ain't gonna be coaching this team anymore. So I was every day checking the articles on when is this idiot going to go. That he's trying to tell the players on the team they must go and check his resume. Resume about what? You win one with a Boston team with all the Hall of Famers on it. Come on, Doc, stop it.
Right.
Stop it. Everyone know you was procrastinating. So Amber, I was reading the article like Jeff Riley said. I would prefer Taylor Jenkins to take over.
Okay.
I rather him. I could be 100% sure. I rather him as the Milwaukee Bucks next head coach because I read the article with what Jeff Riley say. He is going to be it. If you know what he like it, he's going to get that spot. I don't want him to give it to Ham or he'll be turkey too. We don't want Ham. We don't want Ham. I rather Jenkins get it. Because he will have the guys in the right shape. He will come and turn this team around. Because I was telling the guy that, the guy was talking about that this evening, say if Taylor Jenkins take over this team, he will make Doc Rivers look bad. I hate to say it.
Right.
He will embarrass Doc to show Doc how do you get a team in the right fundamental basic. Number one, we always bring it up in this chat. Number one, the development.
Hey, Gibson, I'm gonna have to have you tap back in. It's just too much background noise, Gibson. Just tap back in when you get a chance. All right, Gibson.
Okay, no problem.
All right, I appreciate you, bro. Let me tap in, Dr. Smith. Hold on 1 second, Dr. Smith. Get you here. Gibson, tap back in. It's just too much background noise, brother. Appreciate you though. Dr. Smith, long time no see. What's good? We got a lot of action today. A lot of action last couple of days. So the floor is yours, Dr. Smith. How do you feel about everything? We got Taylor Jenkins news. We got Doc talking crazy to the players. We got the Giannis. It's a lot to unpack.
It's a lot. But firstly, it's always a pleasure to see the chat. Always a pleasure to see you, Amber. People in the chat right now. What's going on? What's going on, family? Definitely. As we were getting worse and worse, of course, my professional life was getting a little bit more busy, so it was a little bit more difficult for me to get on the chat.
We appreciate the time.
I got a lot to say to this. I think it was good time off like this. I think represents a lot of what's going on, right? This is like sparkling water. You know, I used to come on
Liquid death is wild. Right? That is a great analogy. Right? Go ahead, Dr.
I had to wean myself off of the unhealthy, right? Because I was drinking. And this is real facts. I was badly addicted to the energy drinks, right? try to go to the gym all the time, stay healthy or whatever. But that was one of the things that I could not wean myself off, and it got to a point where I had to go to the doctor and be seen over it and whatnot. So this is my attempt to wean myself off of bad decisions. You see where I'm going with this? Weaning yourself off of bad decisions. This is my thesis, right? When it comes to the Bucks, I think, and this is going to ruffle feathers all across the board, but you guys, you should know, I'm just going to speak it how I see it, right? I think two things happened, right? Two decisions that at the time, I'm just going to be honest, I was in favor of, but in hindsight were poor decisions. When we let Bud go, the way that we let him go, and when we let Drew go, the way that we let him go, was the beginning of the end, right? I understand that there were people who were not fans of Drew's offensive production. I get it, right? I would often yell about that as well. But Drew and Bud represented an identity that the team had. And once that started to go, little chips started to happen, and we lost more and more of our identity, and we tried to replace it with something that we were not. We all loved Dame, or loved the potential of Dame when he came. Dame was not Milwaukee identity at the time. The identity of Milwaukee was that we were one of the best defensive teams in basketball consistently. That was our identity. You had Giannis, who at the time was one of the best all-side defenders. You had Brook, who was a perennial defensive candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. You had Drew, who was the best perimeter defender at the time. You had Chris Middleton, who was an above-average defender, was the forgotten piece. That's how good our defense was. We lose Drew, we get Damian Lillard. We partner him up with Malik Beasley. Our perimeter defense instantly goes into the toilet.
Correct.
Brook Lopez himself was starting to age right in front of us, and then there was no plan behind him. Who's behind Brook Lopez? Bobby Portis? It's literally from one extreme to another, right? Where you have someone who is constantly in the conversations for best defender in the league, and you have someone who I don't know if he's ever played defense consistently on this team. Bobby Portis. I mean, like in spurts and moments and little pockets here and there, but he was never a consistent defensive presence. And just bit by bit, we started to lose who we were. And the more we lost who we were, the more we started to chase our bad decisions by making more bad decisions. We need good perimeter defense now because we've lost it. So let's go out and give up our entire future for Jay Crowder. Because once upon a time, Jay Crowder was a big-time defender in Miami. We saw how that turned out, right? What other bad decisions did we make at the time? Eventually we came to Miles Turner. Let's bring over Miles Turner, who was brilliant in Indiana last year, in a very scripted system where he understood exactly what he was supposed to do. Well-coached team, one of the best coached teams that I've seen to not win a championship. That Pacer team, to me, is one of the best teams that I've seen in recent history to not win a championship. They were brilliant. They took that OKC team, that to me is one of the best teams that I've seen, to 7 games, and it was like this. That was one of the best finals I've ever seen. I was so jealous that my team wasn't,
facts,
representing that level of basketball. You know what I mean? I think, with all due respect to the Boston Celtics and how good they've been, I thought both of those OKC team, that OKC team and the Pacers team, that to me represented the best basketball that I had seen in years. Miles Turner was a part of that, but because they were incredibly well coached, they understood what they were supposed to do. They could play fast because everyone knew their role specifically. And you bring Miles Turner over to this mess, where we have a coach where I honestly believe that people in this chat could coach better
100%.
than Doc Rivers. I know Scales can. I know Scales can coach better than the man who's getting paid how many millions of dollars to coach this team? Miles Turner came over without a plan. We have players who are supposed to, we don't know whether we are developing new players, whether we're turning over a new leaf, or whether we are trying to hold on to whatever we think Giannis wants to stay competitive. So we're kind of in between these worlds. And for me, I had to wean myself off of those bad decisions as a fan and look at my other team and see how they're doing it. Because even if they themselves haven't won a championship, they are constantly in
Mm-hmm.
the conversation, and that's the Packers because they don't follow the whims of any one player. There is a system that they adhere to, and if the player rhymes with that system, then great. If not, then you shake his hand and you move on. Now, that's not to say that I am for jettisoning Giannis. What I am saying is that he cannot be central to any plan that they have moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
You have to rebuild this team. Our team became a punching bag. This is the worst that I've seen any of my any of my teams perform ever. You guys have been up here
Right.
talking about it all the time. How many games did we lose by 30 points this year?
30.
Nothing about our plan.
Literally 30.
Nothing about our 30 for 30, right? Nothing about our plan worked this year. We were horrible. We were horrible, right? So whatever the vision of this team, whatever the plans were, whatever the blueprint was, it's throw it in the trash. It is abject failure. There's nothing that went right about this season except for the acquisition of the brother that came from OKC. That was it. That's the one salvageable thing, right? Maybe you can make the case to Giannis that if you decide to keep him, that all of this basketball that you play in the off season has a toll on your body. There is
Right.
a correlation between how much basketball you play, how much mileage you're putting on your body, to how much you're not able to give us in the regular season. This is not a single season that this has happened. This is this season, this is last season, this is the season before that. You are missing time. Now this year it didn't really matter too much because we were just horrible regardless.
Right.
And I don't think you would have been able to salvage anything. I think at our best, at our absolute best, we would have peaked in maybe the second round. But we certainly would have been better than what we have now. What you have to stop doing, Horst, if you're going to remain the GM, is to stop sacrificing our future and our picks, trying to make a singular player happy. I want Giannis to be on this team, but Giannis has to know that there has to be a very, very regimented plan for what we need to do forward, right? Because we lost the body. If we're a surgeon, we lost the patient on the table. And this can never happen again. So whatever it is you think we need to do on this team, that's fine. I respect your opinion. Right. With all due respect, we are now reassuming control of this franchise, and we're going to get some real basketball minds. Now, if you want to be a part of that, if you can handle the role that we are going to script for you, then great. If not, then we do have to make plans to move on. And I felt that way about Aaron Rodgers, who I think is the best Green Bay Packer in modern Green Bay history, but that was the plan that they had to go
Aaron Rodgers is the best thrower
forward.
of the football ever. I just want to say that real quick. As far as, I'm not saying winning or nothing, but throwing of the football, there is no better ever than Aaron Rodgers. I just needed to interject there.
Yeah.
Carry on. That's it.
But even with him, the time came when you had to have hard conversations with him. This is the direction that we're going to go. Now, as long as you are in lockstep with that plan, then fantastic. If not, then I understand. And you will still hold a place in my heart. I still have Aaron Rodgers' jersey.
Absolutely.
I still watch games. You know what I mean? But it was time to move forward. And there has to be a decoupling from any one singular player and a focus on what is going to be good for the team moving forward.
Right.
The team. Now,
nobody's
again,
bigger than the G.
Right. No one. Right. I still want Giannis to be a part of this, but I am not going to his likes, his desires do not outweigh the desires or the needs of the team, period. So, like, just the basics. What do we need? I think we need to get back to body types on the perimeter. I'm tired of seeing these undersized perimeter defenders go out there and they can't do anything. I'm tired of people gaslighting me saying, well, this person is a good defender because he tries hard. I agree, he tries hard. That's fine. And I'm not singling any one player because there's a bunch of players on this team that I could now describe in that way. I want guys that can actually go out and do the job in today's NBA. Today's NBA, not the 90s NBA when you can be a two guard and be 6'3" and that's fun. No, today's NBA. The train is leaving us behind. You better figure it out because everyone else has. Everyone else has, right? There's a certain archetype, there's a certain body type. It's just like football, right? You see right now the current trend in football is almost positionless defensive backs where you have safeties kind of playing as cornerbacks and all that. If you don't understand where people are going, you are not going to be able to throw the ball against teams like that.
Right.
In basketball, if you do not figure out that you need to have guys with like these big long pterodactyl wingspans and you and broaden your search beyond this country because you can find these players. And right now, I'd rather have physical traits than someone who has who some of these one-trick ponies that we have. I need physical traits. I need guys who I can put out on the perimeter that can defend.
And that's what we have. We have to change the philosophy because that we use that Dwight Howard philosophy. We thought we had the big man, and then we'll just have all shooters around him, which might have worked in the early 2000s, but not in 2026. So I think that was part of the issue too. The team that we built wasn't for the modern NBA. I think that was really part of the issue. He was using an old formula. Yeah, it was an old formula.
Not defensively. Our defense is the worst. So that's the other thing, right? Is the coaching. Every one of them, with all due respect, you have to go. And there are probably some good coaches in there, but it's just the house was on fire, brother. The house burned down. It is what it is, right? Anyone that agreed to this defense has to go. Has to go. I got tired of getting upset about it because nothing was going to change. This idea that we have where everybody packs into the paint and just allows the three-point shooters to get uncontested threes is failure. It was failure when Coach Bud was here. The one bad thing that I could say about him was that defense that he ran.
Correct.
It's even worse now.
Yeah, agree.
Right? It's even worse now. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. I can't say that enough. And we're the only team in the league that consistently does it as much as we do it.
Facts.
The object of that defense was to limit guys being able to penetrate into the lane and force them into lower percentage shots. We still believe that the 3-point shot eventually is going to trail off, right? That if you allow somebody to shoot it enough, it's like the idea is I'm not going to block you from punching me in the face, but eventually you're going to get tired and that's when I'm going to win, right? I'm going to win by you getting tired of punching me in the face. I'm not actually going to move out of the way or stop you from punching me in the face. I'm just going to hope that you break your hands on my face. And that didn't happen not once. How many different teams had like their best 3-point shooting night against us? Guys who are mediocre 3-point shooters against us. Against us.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was terrible. I saw the vision that Coach Griffin had. I am not going to give you some speech about bring Coach Griffin back or anything like that. What I am saying is that the next time for the next coach, because Doc and this whole coaching staff has to be gone. If this man is outlining for you a plan that is clearly going to take more than a year to develop, then you have to decide before you even give this man the job if you're going to give him the runway to execute that plan. You can't come and say, all right, well, this plan that you have is clearly going to count on us kind of cycling the current players that we have out and getting younger players in. That's going to take some time. Provided we don't blow our draft picks away, we'll say 3 years. 3 years. And I'll give you a year just on the outside to make this happen. So this is a 4-year plan. Adrian Griffin should have been treated like he had 4 years. And they gave him less than a season. They gave him less than half a season, if I'm correct, right?
Correct.
Right.
Someone correct me that he got cut before the halfway point in the season, and we were winning.
Hold on one second, Dr. Smith. Hold on one second. Before we get to that, Jeff, I'm going to tap in Pronte for a little bit before it get too late here. Appreciate you, Jeff. All right, bro. Let me tap in Pronte here. All right. Hold on. Appreciate you, Jeff. Let me tap in.
Salute, Jeff.
All right, go ahead, Dr. Smith. Then we'll turn and spin the block to Pronte. Go ahead, sir.
Salute. And I can't stay too long either, dude. Bronte, what's up, man? What's going on, man? Long time no see. What I was saying was, I'm not advocating for I lost my train of thought. Griffin. I'm not advocating for him to come back, right? He wasn't perfect, right? You do have to have some people skills, right? That he apparently, just from an outsider's point of view, that he allegedly did not have, right? Of someone quitting before we even get to the first preseason game was a major red flag, right? You know what I mean? The people not being on the right page, and that was something that happened with Griffin. But the next person, if he has a plan like that, and for me, that is the only way that we hire you, right? Think of this almost like a politician, almost like the CEO of your company. You can't come in with like a year plan, right? Our company is in the red right now, right? You need to outline for me a 5-year plan. And I need a PowerPoint presentation, bring bars, make it simple for me to understand. What is your plan for the future? And this is not just high school basketball. So you can't say, we're going to run pick and roll and we're going to do, brother, it has to be a little bit more specific, a little bit more detailed, a little bit more nuanced than that. Specifically, what are you trying to do? What players are you looking for in the draft? This is the capital that we have. This is some of the moves that we can make to maybe get some players to move up in the draft. This is our plan for the future. We're going to have to broaden our search outside because we don't have a lot of draft capital. These are the players that we're going to retain. This is the money that we're going to free up. All of this is going to be factored into our plan for the future. You have 5 years. What are you doing? And as much as I love Giannis, and as much as I would like him to stay, this 5-year plan is not contingent on him staying, because he's not going to be here forever regardless. This Bucks team, if we want it to exist beyond Giannis, I would hope that's the plan, then you need to figure out how to keep these 4 walls and the roof going with or without him. Now, if he's here, great. But if he starts saying, well, I'm only going to stay here for this, this, and this, you've lost in the... No, brother. This is what we need to do. Are you with that plan? And if you're not, great. If you are, but constantly trying to assuage one player is part of, not the entire reason. Because again, I do think he is the greatest player that this franchise has ever seen, but that is a problem. That's a problem. You need a plan for the Bucks in their future, and it needs to be detailed. It needs to be specific, and it's certainly more complicated, with all due respect, than what Doc was willing to or able to handle at this time. That man is 13 years ago with his basketball ideology.
Correct.
And this is way more complicated than he was. He had the biggest coaching staff in the league. He had more coaches than players and support staff. He had everybody out on the bench. He had the massage therapist. He had the water boy. He had the
massage coach. He had a massage coach.
He had everybody right there in his ear to give him advice. Why? Because he no longer has it.
Coach.
You see what I'm saying? All of it has to go. We need some newer, fresher basketball minds. You know where some of these minds are coming from? From college, brother. From college. You need to expand your search there too, and start getting with the new basketball that's being played in the late 2020s, going into 2030s, and that's your plan.
Facts.
That's your plan. Yeah. So I mean, I've been needing to get that off my chest for a minute. If I'm cool with Taylor Jenkins, but I don't want names. I want plans. I'm all for the next.
Ooh, no name, just plans. Let's go.
I want plans. Chasing names is, I think, also part of why we are where we are. What's your plan? I don't care who you are. What is your plan? I saw what you did in Memphis. What is your plan for this team? And if the plan doesn't match, if it doesn't involve us going out and getting better players out on this perimeter, you need to figure out what you're going to do with Miles Turner, because I'm all for right now not compounding the problem just because you brought him in, right? Sometimes you have to know when to cut bait. And if that brother's shot, then he's shot. you know, again, I don't want to dribble the air out of the ball. That's just my 2 cents. That's what I got.
Appreciate you, Dr. Smith, back and cooking. Hey, we see you in the chat too, B Shack. What's good? Tap if you get a chance, B Shack.
Yeah, he got my spot. I gotta.
Oh,
get
you gotta
ready
go.
to go.
Okay,
But,
appreciate you,
yeah,
though, Dr. Smith,
peace
for
and love to the
cooking like
family.
that.
Bless.
All right, sir. Appreciate you. Shout out to
sir.
Dr. Smith, came in and cooked. Hey, B Shack, you got time? Tap in if you got some time, B Shack. People asking about you. Pronte, everything. Everything. Go ahead, Pronte. Go ahead.
I mean, we know that. Where's the GM? MIA. We can talk about Giannis. We can talk about what. I'm keep telling y'all. There's only one person. When I listen to all the comments and I read all the things that was supposed to handle this, and that's the GM's job to handle everything that was mishandled. He's the one that's supposed to intercede. He's the one that's supposed to handle the coaching responsibility. He hires the coach.
All right.
He fires the coach. He selects the players. He releases the players. His decision making and lack of succession plan and lack of vision is the reason why we are where we are. We can blame Giannis. We can blame Doc. Doc shouldn't have been here. Doc wouldn't have been here if he had if he did his job correctly. We'd have had some up and coming players that we drafted if he did his job correctly. Giannis would have been in check if he did his job correctly. See, the thing about it is, if you do your job right, you're the GM, you get your respect. If you're a pushover, you're a pushover. That's what they're going to do. They're going to push you over. That's everybody's pushing them over. Everybody. The coach, Doc, pushed them over. Even the young players pushing them over. Giannis pushing them over. We got 15 Antetokounmpos on the team. You know what I mean? Like, what we, at the end of the day, Jon Horst needs to resign. Because I keep telling, I know who job it is to hire and control that, and that's Jon Horst. You know what I mean? That's why that's exactly what he gets paid to do. That's exactly what he mismatched.
And that's why he stay out the light, so he stay out.
That's why he's not saying nothing.
Yeah, he stay out the light.
He ain't said nothing because that's his job, and he know he should be fired. Because there's no way. There's the thing about it, when you fire Bud, or even when Bud was the coach, what was the succession plan? You see what I'm saying? And who handles that but the GM? You see, who handles the tenure of Giannis in relationship to the team but the GM? You see, that's your only job. That's your job, and you wasn't doing the job. You fell asleep at the wheel. You was just doing whatever.
Right.
You know, and it was sweet when we were winning, but all your poor decisions have come home to roost. And that's all it is. And now we're stuck with this. And again, now we're trying to figure a way out of this, but what's the way out? What's the real way out? Like, you either use your once in a generational player and start all over and be trash for probably next 2 or 3 years, you know, or you get a Hall of Fame coach out of nowhere, which you haven't shown us that you can get a coach or a player. That's what you know, you haven't got a good coach or a player yet, and you still got a job. In the organization, and when I heard Dr. Smith talk, that's the GM that's supposed to do that. That's the GM that's supposed to have a succession plan. That's the organization working together that has a succession plan. We can't compare the Bucks to the Packers because the Bucks are not the Packers. That's the problem. The Bucks are not the Packers.
But that's the problem. That is the problem. They don't move like the Packers.
They've never been the Packers, though. They've never been the Packers.
What up, B-Shaq?
Never been the Packers, so it's hard.
What's up, man? Mr. Smith always leave when I come in. You don't let me be on with me no more.
No, he said he had to go. No, it's much love, B-Shaq. Much love. Hold on 1 second. Hey, appreciate the 199 super chat. Jon Horst is hiding and the rent is due. Facts.
And the rent is due.
Facts.
So my thing is, if we don't, if we can talk about trading Giannis, it won't matter. It really won't matter because you still got to build a team. Who we got to build a team? Jon Horst, the person who destroyed the team. So you gotta get somebody who knows how to build a team either way. That's why I'm like, either you can get a good coach, because if you start with this young team, if we start over, we're gonna be young, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need a good coach, and you need to do what Dr. Smith said. But who is Jon Horst going to put as a coach? That we know that he's been scouted and been scouting performance, except somebody that he already knows was a good coach before, probably back in the day. Because that's his mo.
What's
That's
up,
his
Trina?
mo. It's mo. So I'm just saying, who we gonna put it? Who do you trust Jon Horst to get a good coach for the Bucks?
No.
Oh,
Hold on one
No.
second, Project. Let me give my guy super chat. Dante, appreciate the $5 super chat. I'm late, but I want to say this entire organization, from the front office to Giannis, look like a whole bunch of fools to the
Yeah,
rest of the league. That's why I want to get that off. That's piggybacking on what you say. Shout out Dante, all
yeah,
facts.
because this is a management problem to me. This is all management right here. The good teams that we talking about that we comparing the Bucks to, they had better management from the top. They had a brand that they believed in from the top.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So until you get the people at the top to do what they supposed to do, to emphasize the brand more than any player, then you won't get what Dr. Smith is talking about. You just won't get it. You can't get it until you get like you won't get the best out of Giannis. The best of
Right.
Giannis was that he had a system in a winning championship culture. Who bought that but Bud to Milwaukee? What was the Bucks before Milwaukee? Before Bud came in there? To be honest with you,
We're
the
struggling a
best
little
thing
bit.
that Bud bought was a winning culture.
True.
You
But
know,
Bronte, don't you think that the owners had a hand in getting rid of Bud? On top of that too,
they
don't you
just don't
think
know what
that
they're doing.
Horace listened to what they
They just
say
didn't
and he
value what
hires
was
what they?
important. They just didn't value what's important.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? What's important in Milwaukee, it was important in any organization that
Yeah,
wants
but
to be
that's
winning forever, is
but the
is a
problem.
championship culture.
But the problem start with the owners then,
Yes.
don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's what
then
I'm saying.
trickle
It's,
down.
it's, 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 all, it's all up top. It's all
The
up top.
leadership. We don't have
None
good
of the players.
leadership. This is what happens without
Yeah,
good
but you think,
leadership.
but you was talking about Horace, but
Hmm.
Force
Horace
is a part
is
of the
only
leadership team.
listening to the owners
That's what I want to say too with the horse. I feel like he's just a face man. He's just doing what he is told, and he being
because
told to stay out the way.
Doc is Wes Eden's friend, not Horace
Correct.
friend,
Correct. It's deeper than it
and
seems,
he's
Prate.
I mean, I
he's the
can feel it,
governor
but it can't be. I mean,
You
it ain't.
feeling it? I see you
It
putting it
ain't deep, but no,
together.
I don't feel like it is, because the dude got a new contract, so he a part of the squad. There's
because
no way you get a new contract on his performance and be like, "Oh, I'm not on that team." He's on the West Eden's team. There's no way.
yeah,
There's no other way to
he's a
see it.
yes man though. He's a yes man to Edens though.
But you don't understand.
Hold
You're
on one
you're
second, B
a
Shaq.
part of ownership. That means that most likely he has an upward moving position, regardless of what he does with this organization. He's next in line for something. Because why would they re-sign him if he's so poor? Or if you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. So
Uh, exactly. They re-signed him for
I
what?
want y'all to hold that right there, because I want B Shack to interject and come back to this what we debate right here. B Shack, is on you with everything that happened today, everything you heard. What are your viewpoints from Giannis? Now, Horst, which we all have been saying has been he been skating clean, staying out the way. We got the Giannis, we got Doc talking crazy. We're the talk of the town for all the wrong reasons right now. B Shack, all the wrong reasons.
Sometimes, man, I don't enjoy being right. I've been right so much, it's not even funny, man. I mean, all little arguments and stuff, but I call stuff early, man, and when it comes back around, yeah, I'd be
Pop your
like,
collar.
oh, I guess he
Pop
was
your collar.
right.
Pop your collar, B Shack. Pop your
And,
collar.
but you know, it's like I don't take no joy in it because I watched how everyone talked about Shams lying, Shams lying, Shams lying. Almost everything that he has reported since last summer has come from the darkness
To the light.
into the light.
From the trade
Now,
talk, the
yeah,
Knicks talk,
no,
all of that.
yeah, I don't think we understand how toxic the situation is. Y'all think this is something just can be fixed just one move? This thing is really jacked up right now.
Correct.
Now, let me explain something. Giannis is shrewd. Yeah, he's thick in the head in some ways, but they've been playing this thing. There have been two audiences all along in this. There's one audience is the other teams. The other audience is the fans. And I personally believe, based on everything that's happened, all the messaging that's gone out, that Giannis' team said, okay, we're gonna have one message for the teams out there and one message for the fans. Whether it's the agents or whatever we talking to the ownership about, us wanting to get out of here, us want to investigate a trade, whatever, we're gonna make sure Shams gets fed because we want the teams out there to know we we want a deal. So get yourself together. But Giannis uses the local media to make sure he stays engaged with the fans because he doesn't want to upset the fans. He
Can't
don't want
wait
to
for
be the
that.
bad guy.
See
It's
what I was
two
saying earlier?
messages going out, and both of them have truth in it. Jan's saying that I love Milwaukee, I don't want to leave, blah blah blah. He's all reporters local come around. They get his message over here. The other message goes out. The people in Milwaukee think Shams is lying, not understanding he's being fed this stuff, and they got everyone in a tizzy right now because they've been playing this dual game. Because all of it seems to have dovetailed and come together in one big cesspool.
Yeah, this is the literal term of reindeer games were being played right now. Y'all can go Google
Yeah,
that.
and remember, I kind of said somewhere earlier, was it yesterday or today? I pretty much came to the conclusion that I felt I knew what was going to happen, and I felt like he called it something Giannis said about he cares about what his mother thinks, his brothers. He wants to make sure his brothers eat, and I came to the conclusion that if I had to put money on it, that Giannis could not pull the trigger on leaving. If I had to put money on it,
I can see that.
he's weird in the sense that he weighs so heavily on his family. His family should be saying, "Yo, we want to do what you want to do.
Right.
Whatever you want to do, we with you. We with you. We got our bags packed."
I agree there.
But Giannis kind of looking at my family's anchored here, and so I really believe that's a hard decision to make.
Agreed.
And at the end of the day, I'm just wondering if he can really pull himself to lead. But this thing has gotten so jacked up, him going to the league, or being like the feds, man, throwing cases on everybody, being a snitch, that they may say, "Oh no, we got this. You go on."
What
So
don't you
I
think
don't.
that's
It's
the
hard to
point? I
gauge
feel
where
like that's the
everyone's
point.
at on this.
I'm standing on that side. I think that's the point. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Me looking logical, I feel like you're causing commotion to get out of to get out the situation. Just like you keep arguing with your gal, so she say, "Let's break up."
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
don't have enough heart to do it yourself, so you cause situations that anger that
Keep
individual enough
keep
where they
poking the
say,
bear.
yeah, you keep poking the bear till they say get out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that that's what's happened. I felt like that for a minute because I'm saying you have the keys to the franchise. You don't have to come to the media. You can go straight to them people. You have their number. They will answer that call if you call. You explain, yo, I want my money. If y'all want me to sit, I want my money. You don't think they would have wrote that man that check to stop all of this? they would have totally wrote the check. This is being orchestrated. We need to pay attention. We're not seeing who's Geppetto right now, and that's part of the problem. That man is running you add one part of the story, but I think this is the other part of the story.
I think the whole story is together though. Like
okay.
There's a Giannis story, then there's a locker room story. Now put Giannis involved in the locker room story, and then the whole story kind of fits a little bit clearer. You know what I mean? If you are Giannis, you like I love like what B-Shake said. I can't see myself leave. My family get to eat here. Was raised in Milwaukee.
Right.
Really was raised in Milwaukee. He's American in Milwaukee, from Milwaukee. Right. And then, then you look at this locker room and how dysfunctional it is. you see, you know what I mean? Like you like we not winning nothing. We not winning nothing with the locker room like this.
But Pronto, you know what Giannis messed up with? He's on the record saying that he's ethical. He keeps stuff in-house. He keeps stuff private. No, Friday, you lost all credibility.
All right, well, we say I don't.
He had his whole press around him. He has the whole press around him, and he was singing like a mockingbird. And it's like, come on, Giannis. Huh?
But what happened throughout this year in the locker room is a problem. It's a problem. I mean, he can lose. No, I'll give you that. Let's say he lost.
No, I'm talking about whatever comment that was up there. That's what I was reacting to.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you got that, but if you torn in between a decision, right, money or the bag, and you really don't want to leave, but you want to leave, but then you see this locker room, and then you see Doc running this locker room, and then players is, you know what I mean, like. It ain't that hard.
He's looking for a reason to stay. And he look at
that locker room. He like the young players ain't. Now his comment the young players ain't doing what they supposed to be doing because wouldn't nobody listen to the Doc. But we said that a long time ago. Bobby Portis snapping on young players. Kuzma telling the young players not to do what the coaches do. I mean, you in the locker room, you seeing it as a player,
right?
You in it.
He had a hand in making the locker room like this, though.
No, he didn't.
Giannis.
That's the thing. He
did.
No, he didn't. No,
they said that one foot in, one foot out.
This has been Doc locker rooms ever since he came into the league.
But hold on, what's that? I just want to interject here briefly, Pronte. I don't think you. I don't think.
What is history?
But Pronte, it's not about Doc. What they're saying about Doc. What they're saying is you're affecting the psyche of the team when they don't know if you want to stay, you want to leave, and it's just going back and forth. They even mentioned it though. Gary Trent Jr. even mentioned it.
What's Giannis' history prior to Doc? And then what's Doc history prior to Giannis in locker rooms, in his locker rooms?
Pronto.
History predicts the future, right? So how many locker rooms have been just like this under Doc's leadership? All of them. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. Am I lying? Are we lying?
That may be
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Pronte. Go ahead, B-Shaq.
That may be true. But Pronte, you can no longer absolve Giannis from any blame.
I'm not absolving
his
him
fingerprints. His fingerprints, the moves he's made this season are just suspect. Everyone has
hold on, Pronto. Let me get it off. Go ahead.
And Giannis, they have people that have reported on the record that Giannis, the way he's moved this season, them not knowing he's here, not acting distant from the team, has jacked these young dudes up. And then Doc has lost respect because we heard that Kuz was in a players only meeting, told the young guys, forget about Doc. You do you. And then Doc comes in talking about, and Doc, let's say, I'm agreeing with this part with you. Doc is at fault. Talking about Google me. Man, what do you mean Google me? He told the dudes Google me. I take I've gotten teams that weren't expected to get go to the playoffs, but I guess I was wrong about y'all. He disrespected the team. This whole thing, everyone's got dirt on their hands.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's what I
No
was
one
saying.
has clean hands.
Right.
Ownership, Doc, Giannis,
Horst.
everybody.
Yeah.
Horst, everybody got dirt.
Everybody,
No one's
everybody.
hands are clean.
Right.
Everybody.
But
my point is just
including
simple.
Giannis.
Including Giannis.
Okay, y'all want to blame Giannis for everything.
No,
I'm not blaming him for everything.
I said he had a hand in it.
Okay, go ahead, Prime.
He had a hand in it.
It's simple. It's really simple. It's really simple because I think Dr. Smith explained it the best. The moves and the worst move that was made was hiring Doc because look at his history. It ain't his history preceded him.
But
no, because we
are
living in it right now.
But we're not talking about one. We're not just talking about one move.
This is what it looks like every time in the locker room.
We're not just talking about one move.
Hold on.
Am I lying?
Hold
Boston.
on. Hey, hold on 1 second. Robert Walker Murphy, ma'am, appreciate the $10 super chat. If you don't stick beside me like Prate, I don't want it.
I know, but you know when you got a good player and when you know what it is, bro. Like if you see, I'm gonna tell you something. All new things ain't good things, right? All new things ain't good things, right? And sometimes when you have a thing for so long, you disrespect it, you mistreat it. You see what I'm saying? And you think that new thing is better than the old thing. That's what happened. That's all I'm saying. That's what happened. That's exactly what Dr. Smith.
So let's flip this. What if the thing that you've had so long starts disrespecting you?
Ways, though. That goes both ways.
Wait a minute. You talk about everyone disrespecting Giannis. Giannis starting to show some disrespect to the organization. No. He's been doing it for a while.
I'm saying that goes both ways. That's both parties.
Okay.
That's both parties.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say.
It goes both ways.
That's what we are trying to say. But it sounds like you trying to say it was
kind of Desi. That's literally what we want him to do. Yeah.
But my thing is, this is what you either do. You either get a divorce and figure out that you both were wrong, y'all both were fit, or you work it out together. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
it
ain't you. It's because you know what I mean. It's both parties, y'all. You got used. You got taken for granted. You taking this for granted. Right? We now Giannis is taking the Bucks organization for granted. When he leaves, he's about to find out. Right? The Bucks organization has taken Giannis for granted. And when they leave, they're about to find out that
I agree with that too.
But the marriage wasn't work. The marriage, there was glue things that kept the marriage together. And I think Dr. Smith kind of said it. You know, there was good players, it was a system. My thing is, if y'all get back to playing within a system, you might salvage the marriage. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all out of whack.
I agree with you.
Y'all got too comfortable and used to each other that all of a sudden now y'all start disrespecting each other and y'all want to see if the grass is greener on the other side. I think both sides are going to find out, honestly, that the grass is not greener on the other side. And that
I agree with you.
I agree with that. But if I'm ownership, this is me now. This ain't you. This is me. There's certain things that you do in a relationship that cross a line that it's hard to come back from.
I don't think they have, though.
Wait a minute. One of those things is how many superstars go to the authorities, go to the league, and
he ain't gonna let this go. He ain't letting this
go. And basically snitch. These dudes won't let me play. Don't you know if they side with Giannis, the team gets fined?
Correct.
Dude, Pronte, let me explain something to you. One of the number one rules in sports, and on NBA Today, what's his name? used to be married to Tiana Taylor. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Used to play
He was
for. Yeah,
he
I know
was
you're talking about.
talking yesterday about what I don't like, what players don't like is when stuff that's supposed to be kept in house break out. And Giannis just has decided that I am no longer going to play by those rules. Now I'm saying there's different types of bosses. Some bosses that would be it. On top of some other stuff that's happened. Now, did anyone bring up the Nike bonus?
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
I
That's
brought
yep,
that up.
yep.
That, do you know that's another thing that can cause animosity between, because they're like, oh, y'all gonna try to hit me in the pocketbook. And then somebody said earlier, I heard somebody talk about, well, Giannis is a millionaire. It don't matter. Yeah, you know how cheap Giannis is.
Right.
Giannis values every penny.
Every
And
bit.
so if he's like, if he needs 41 games to get that bonus, yeah, 34 games. Probably back to my mind, he was trying to get some of that money too.
It
Yeah,
was
Now
that's
that
true.
never came out. That wasn't on the front. He would never say that, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to be reported. So
How did that get
because as a
found
rep,
out though?
huh?
How did that get found out?
my
Well,
point is
first of all,
this.
as a representative who have a shoe deal,
That's what he was. Shumpert. Yeah, good looking.
yeah, Shumpert,
Shumpert, yeah.
you basically your presence means something. It costs money. You're basically a walking billboard for the shoe company,
Right.
Okay.
and so that's not hard information to find out because you got a bunch of players with Nike. It's not. Supposedly there's like at least three sources that
Hmm.
that basically they got that report from, and I'm like, why is everybody? The ESPN comments are really strange to me. Um, I
I stopped listening
understand
to him
that
a long
ESPN
time
is
ago.
not local.
Right.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But y'all acting like they're just trying to make stuff up. And that's just not how journalism works. I went to school for journalism. That's how it works. Because you can, it's very easy for a reporter to lose their credibility if
Hmm.
they fake sources, if they fake news. You can really lose your career on that. And if you guys have. I know though, when you do deep reporting, sometimes it takes weeks and months for it to really come out. And so it's easy to say, well, how would they know that? They're just making it up. Well, finally it was admitted about the Nick situation.
Mm-hmm.
It finally came out that they really were Giannis people was really trying to get a move by the trade deadline.
Oh, I
So
believe that.
Mm-hmm.
so I
I
don't
believe it.
think we need to kill this ESPN hate, man. I mean,
Mm.
you can shoot the messenger all you want.
The truth is the
It's
truth.
obviously Giannis is disgruntled.
Oh, that's I had
My point
I
is
had no
simple.
doubts about the New York Knicks at all last year.
Right.
Again, all eyes to me still point to Jon Horst because this is how Doc River teams always are. I hate to tell y'all this, but follow his teams, track his history. It
But
always looks
Bronte,
like this. It
but Bron,
does. It
but
just
Bronte,
does. Y'all can just
it
wait. Till,
it had to. I mean, it had to start somewhere.
but
It
with
wasn't
the
always
Clippers,
like that. He
his
did
teams are
win.
always like this. Doc River teams
Eventually.
are
Not the
always like
Celtics.
this.
Not
Yes,
the
it
Celtics.
was. They was fighting in the locker room. Him, Ray Allen, they was man. It was like Doc Rivers. Do you just go back? Just go back and just watch them chronologize. His teams are always drama filled in the locker room. The thing that saved the Celtics is they had nothing but veterans on their team.
True.
Right. That's what
But
I'm
that
saying.
we
It
don't
was
have veterans on our team. We have a couple.
not anymore.
Not anymore. He got young players. What he do? He bashed them. All Doc Rivers teams look like this in the locker room because Doc Rivers, this is the type of coach he is. This is just how he is. He's chaotic in that locker room, and he always has some strive players to be going there. That's all his teams.
I understand that.
But you got to be a vet to withstand that. But we don't got enough vets for that. We're not good enough to. Doc, we've been saying Doc coached off of good players, but he coached off experienced players who want to win, who have talent. But that's why he only got one ring. Mm-hmm. How many rings Doc got? That's why he only got one ring, and he had a lot of good teams because his locker rooms were like this.
I don't give him credit for that ring either.
I think it's enough blame to go all around between management, between coaching, between Horst, and between Giannis. There's enough blame to go around.
Giannis
everybody, like you said, B-Shack, everybody involved has blood on their hands. No one is innocent. No one is innocent.
But my thing is like, it started with the GM because we didn't have to bring Doc in here. We could have did a thorough search.
But my thing is though too, what if he didn't have a choice? What if ownership said, "Hey, that's my guy. He's my personal friend. Now, we're going to hire him." And that's what I heard actually happen.
Then that's the ownership. Then you know what I mean? Tomato. To me, the GM is connected to the owner.
Correct.
They're connected. So you can't. They don't separate like that. So. You make GMs with the GMs and owner go hand in hand. So to me, it's like ownership.
So you're saying that the GM should be the fall guy more so than Doc?
Well, the ownership has this. Doc Doc was retired when we got him.
Correct.
All his teams look like that in this locker room. You know what I mean?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But Doc wants money. Of course. Who wouldn't want $10 million?
And he got it.
So I'm about to make Conte really upset at me, I think.
Go ahead, BJ.
You have to ask yourself, do y'all really still want Giannis around? And this is why I asked that. Skill, great, all that, even though he's on the other side of his peak now. Here's the problem. You cannot. Giannis has shown me he cannot exist on a team without other veteran leadership. He is not a leader. He cannot lead a bunch of young guys because that pressure is too much for him. We've seen Giannis all these years with veterans either older than him, a little older than him, or around his age. Unless we can get some veterans that can really have strong leadership skills, but he can just play, he has shown that he will act out. He will get into his moods. If these young guys are up and down every day, he's shown us. When someone shows you who they are, you believe them. And I just think, for the first time, you all are holding on to this picture, this romanticizing of Giannis in the winning years. But this is a different season. He has different people around him with different skill sets. And I think everyone can agree with this statement, unless you're going to put decent players around him, and I'm adding on to that some veterans that can help lead, I don't want Giannis as my number one leader on the team because I don't think he has that quality in him. He plays hard, but apparently there are some holes in the character there when it comes to being a leader.
Okay, so they said the same thing around Steph Curry.
Hold on 1 second, probably. Let me get the super chat before you go. Dante, appreciate you spinning the block again with the $2 super chat. Everyone just looks childish right now. That's really what it is. That's what we're saying. Yeah, that's really what it is. Very simply put. That's exactly what it is, Dante. Straight to the point. Salute.
But I'm telling you, if we as a Bucks fan, you gotta. It doesn't really matter if Giannis stays to go at this point. Because you have to get a system for a small market franchise to matter. That's the way the Brewers do it.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
It doesn't matter unless you get that, or else you're gonna go through these ups and downs. It's hard to hold a player like Kobe, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, any of those type of players without that infrastructure in place.
I
You see
agree
what I'm
with you.
saying? So it doesn't really matter because all of them are going to act a fool because that's what
Bron-
stars do at any
So
level, at any
so
level,
let me so
any
can
sport.
with a different coach, with a better coach, because I'm seeing some comments about Doc Rivers. With a different coach, this team as is, how many games can this team win as is? If it's just Doc,
What?
if you get the right coach,
10?
I
If
don't
it
think
was
some of these
Doc
players are
staying?
going to still be here.
I'm saying if you get a different coach who has a
Okay.
different system,
We're a
same
500 team.
players,
We're a 500
how
team.
how many games do you think this team win? How many
We're,
We're
games do
at
this team
least
wins?
a develop. We're trending in a different direction.
I
And
think we're
Without that,
500. I think we're a 500 team.
I think we're in the playoffs
if the coach
playing,
has a
Yeah.
but we're
system, we at
trending.
least
We're
going to be in the
developing.
play-in.
So we like next year. This team is going to be a lot better if we had a good coach.
If
That's
we have a
how I see
system, if we have a system,
if we had a system. The thing about Taylor Jenkins is we know he has a system.
So a lot better is 500.
That's what I'm saying. 500 would be what. Yeah, that's
right?
yeah.
I'm agreeing with you, B-Shaq.
Yeah.
Is 500 good enough for Giannis?
I don't see it doesn't. Yes, no, maybe not. Who cares? My thing is like if he stays, if he signs, he's staying. So it don't matter. 500 gonna have to be good enough for Giannis. My thing is if you would have never
See,
hired
look at
Doc,
my man. Shout out to
if you'd
Amtrak.
have never
Exactly.
hired Doc, you have a system. If you hire a coach that had a system, a real developed system, like look at what the Spurs did. They transitioned out of Popovich to a coach that knew his system. So they just passed the torch down.
And it was
If the
smooth,
Bucks would have
didn't it?
just simply passed the torch down and retooled that way, they'd have still been winning 50 games a year.
The Spurs got a great
During
organization
the
though in the front
transition,
office.
where the Bucks messed up, and this is why I blame Jon Horst, is he didn't understand that. And that's the
See,
problem.
that's the thing.
And
That's
that's
Yeah.
the
fair.
Brewers, the Bucks, the Packers understand that a little bit. A little bit. It took them a while, but they did flip the
I see
system.
what he did there a
They
little bit.
did
He
flip the
emphasized
system.
that. Go ahead,
They did
Fonte.
flip
He
the
flipped.
system though,
They
but
got rid of everybody.
they transitioned. You see what I'm
They
saying?
got rid of
Did
everybody.
y'all did y'all hear the comment Giannis made about Missoula
Yes.
No.
on Boston?
Yes.
What did he say?
He was like, he was praising the way he coaches, how they didn't take a season off.
Yeah.
That they won with the players
Yeah.
they had, even though he did. I, that's what I'm saying. Y'all not must be reading all
There's
the reports, man.
No, what
a
he
Giannis
lot of
going out of his
a lot of
way
articles came out.
to disrespect his folk. Y'all must not be. I guess I got too much time on my hands, man.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
He
just
say
is
that.
saying,
like
but
he
you gotta
like
I really
understand though. You gotta respect what's successful in the league though. If you don't, then what are we doing here? Like that's what's successful in the league.
so
What's
he got
successful
he
in the
got he
league,
got Doc back for Doc saying Embiid was the best player
Correct.
he ever
Correct.
coached.
Correct.
yeah, and he should have
Right.
because the
But again,
Celtics
that's a
went to the
childish
second.
comment. That goes back to being childish. Y'all acting like y'all millionaires acting like kids. Y'all
Yeah,
millionaires
Yeah,
acting like
hey,
children. Bickering like children. Hold on 1 second. Bleacher, appreciate the 199 super chat. How much playoff Giannis missed the last 5 years? A lot.
it look. Yes, Giannis missed a lot. So has Luca. So
Yeah.
has a lot of stars in the NBA. So what are we talking about? Like y'all, we act like y'all keep saying Giannis get injured more than who? Injured more than what superstar? Caden Cunningham is out right now. He like 23. He been injured every year. Like, let's move on from the injury because every star I've seen, Embiid's been injured. I mean, we can keep going down list of injured superstars in the playoffs. That always happens. My thing is like if we have a system and Boston proved it, you can win despite the players you put in the system. And then you allow your superstar to be healthy. We once had a system like that, and we
yes.
got rid of it. We just don't have a system now, and that's what we're seeing. And until we get back to that, and I think that's what the Tyler Jenkins correction really is about. That's the only reason why we're hearing Tyler Jenkins' name is
because he
we
was
know he's
under Budenholzer.
Yeah.
He's
He
a
was under
Budenholzer
Budenholzer.
system guy, but Budenholzer system
Yep.
Budenholzer system is kind of effective because look at Charlotte
Mm-hmm.
with young players. That's Budenholzer system. So
Right.
you know what I mean.
Well,
the problem wasn't anything but that.
Well, he did
But,
there. He did. Taylor Jenkins did well his first like 3 years there.
exactly, because he had a system. Doc, and I've been saying it, and you've been saying Doc has no system.
You see what Janet said?
Right.
Giannis is the
That's
reason
the
we
reason why
lost
we
the
lost
last
3
3
coaches.
coaches. Hold on,
Giannis
Janet,
is the
get
reason we
busy.
lost 3 coaches.
That's why he flowered Missoula to hit at Doc being trash.
Yeah, that was pretty much a hit at Doc.
Right. That was definitely a shot. Go ahead, B-Shack. Hold on a second, Prate. Hold on a second,
Budenholzer
Prate.
simply was what? He was just going through a hard time in life.
Yeah,
Simply
he
as
lost
that.
he lost
So
his brother.
Budenholzer was gone anyway. Proved it in Phoenix. Adrian Griffin hasn't been hired since. What should have happened when we were having with Budenholzer was we already had the coaches on the team.
I like the point that Amtrak's made. Bud's system did not work in Phoenix.
But it's working in Charlotte.
That's after he lost his brother though.
That's after he lost his brother. That's my whole point. After he lost his brother, it's working in Charlotte.
He hasn't been right ever since.
I heard y'all praising Charlotte. Whose system is that? Whose system was Memphis running with John Morant? I'm just saying, like, we can't pretend that it wasn't working. Even Darvin Ham was running his system in Lakers and they were winning.
Mm-hmm.
So the system ain't failing. The Bucks just went to a different system and they ain't found a system that worked yet. The thing is, you talk about
they
Phil
went
Jackson,
to no system.
They went to no system. Exactly. And so regardless or not, whether Giannis say the good thing about the coach we bring in, if it is Taylor Jenkins, does he have a system? Yeah. And then you work from there, because that's what Dr. Smith just said: a system. But you can blame Giannis on it, and I don't care if y'all blame him, because Giannis is going to be Giannis. Kobe is going to be Kobe. Michael Jordan got into it ownership all the time. So I don't want to hear the ownership thing. But man, LeBron gets into it with ownership all the time. Like superstars do that. Superstars do that.
Hold on,
are we lying?
Hold on, Prate. Go ahead, B-Shack, for your retort here, while we got some time.
You know, it's not easy being a truth teller, man. And I'm starting to feel like it just don't, I just feel like the dude in the movie that says, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth. I'm gonna just be quiet, man, because I just think it's such a visceral reaction to even the thought of Giannis not being the Giannis we loved in Milwaukee. The fact of the matter is, Kobe, Jordan. The fact of the matter is, everything Giannis has done over the last year, and I guess I just see different, is so off brand of what he had built as far as who he was, his persona. He's like so out of character. Now, maybe there's some other things going on we don't know, but I will say this. And I think I probably need to start using the word system to get more people on my side in the chat, because everybody gets excited when Pronte says system. All right. So they just somehow that's the buzzword. Y'all really think Taylor Jenkins is the answer?
He's a better answer, put it that way, than Doc.
He's a better answer, but I see Giannis running over him too.
I don't see it. I really don't. I truly don't see it.
Well, Giannis gotta go.
Yeah, the point is that it don't matter if Giannis go or stay. That's the point.
Right.
You keep talking about Giannis. I said it don't matter if he stay or go. The Bucks need a system.
Monty,
That's
you
it.
really
We've
believe
been
what
watching
you're
the
saying
system
right
this
now? You
season.
really believe what you just said? Do you really believe what you just said?
Derek,
It
what you
don't
mean?
matter. In your heart of hearts, do you really feel that way?
At this, the Bucks will not win with or without Giannis without a system. B-Shaq. It's simple.
Okay. So a system comes from a coach, right?
Yes.
So what really is the most important thing, if it doesn't really, whether Giannis stays or goes, what's really most important
Was getting the right
is the
coach.
coach. Is the
I think
coach.
that's the lesson learned.
Is Taylor Jenkins because he's been there already. Y'all gotta remember this. He's on the sideline, an assistant. Okay? So I don't care what anyone says, there's always gonna be a certain viewpoint of well, I guess none of the guys were there when Taylor Jenkins was there. Maybe only Giannis and Bobby, perhaps,
Portis.
right? Or was he gone by the time they won the championship? He was gone already, right?
Cool.
He
He
was
was
gone
there when
before the
they
Bucks
won
won the
he
championship.
was there when they won the championship.
Yeah, it was there.
Oh, he was? Okay, so
Yeah.
Bobby, okay. So I have my doubts that they can bring a dude back like a Taylor Jenkins or even elevate of Darwin Ham, and he's going to change the culture. I have my doubts.
I
I
do.
don't know about Dervin Ham's been there though. I don't know. He need to get
I
rid
was
of
gonna say I don't think
I don't
Darwin
either.
Ham can.
Who?
I don't think Darwin Ham. I don't think no coach they've had there should be the coach.
right.
Period.
B-Shaq, the point is, I don't care if it's Taylor Jenkins. That was just a name that was brought up. My point is simply, you have to
Y'all
bring a
know who I
coach
want.
with a system that runs
Yeah,
a system that's
yeah.
known to be effective in this league. You don't have that if it's Taylor Jenkins. I don't care about that. We have no system right now.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with the basketball we've been watching on the court was it was systemless basketball.
Correct.
It was unprofessional basketball, and that was one of the biggest problems. That cost us probably 20 W's.
Okay,
Just on that
guys,
alone.
but you're not going to hire a system as you're going to hire a coach to implement a system.
Yes.
Yes.
So getting the right coach is really important. Y'all have any suggestions?
That's the GM job. That's my point. That's exactly my point. That's why I keep saying the GM blowing it. It's his job to get the right coach.
So we can't pontificate. We can't.
You see what I'm saying? Like the coach's job. Who hires the coach? The GM. He has to understand what you just said. He doesn't understand it.
So we not giving our opinions no more.
I don't think it's run the same way here.
But then he's saying it don't think it's run the same way. He might be right.
multiple owners. We got multiple owners disagreeing with each other.
You know what I mean?
True.
I wish you, man. I wish you. Like, you might be right. That makes it even more depressing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's at the top. It's at the very top where we got a problem.
That's bad because you don't do nothing about dude.
Did you see this question from B-Shaq? You see this question from Scales? He said, my question to B-Shaq, have you ever seen Giannis act like this when Doc wasn't his coach?
No.
But ever seen Giannis act like this when...
Yeah, with another coach. But, yeah.
No.
With another coach.
No.
Well, time out. I don't know what y'all saw when Griffin was here.
Yo.
He was sitting on the table during timeouts. He wasn't even going to. He didn't even look at his clipboard.
He said that was 30-13.
That don't matter. That's still showing up.
Yes, it do matter.
Hold on a second. Shout out to Dante. Appreciate the $5 super chat. B-Shaq versus Prate is really our version of MLK versus Malcolm X.
So I'm saying Giannis, to me, has acted out with another coach. I think he acted out with Griffin. I think he probably led the movement for getting Griffin out of there.
I heard that with Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez.
They ain't got no power like that. Come on, man.
That's what
Stop
we heard.
it.
That's what we heard.
That's what we heard.
I heard that.
Like,
seriously.
That's what happened. Yeah, that's what we heard. I ain't gonna put that on Giannis.
I heard that wasn't Giannis. That was
Bobby
LeBron.
Portis and Brook Lopez.
Yes.
But they didn't fit the system. They was getting really uncomfortable.
They was getting exposed.
That's a sorry move of Horst. Horst, man. He should have never caved into that.
If Horst don't get it right this time, what are we gonna do with Horst?
I think Wes Easley had a
then he'll go. Then he'll be gone. Then he'll be gone.
Now it's a fact that I believe Adrian Griffin had a system.
Agreed.
Yeah.
He just needed time to get the right players to play the system.
But that's
his defense would have been dynamic.
No, I agree, but that's what we're saying now. We don't want to make that same mistake. Whatever coach we get now, they have to pick the ingredients for the meal. They can't just come and you just give them what you got in the refrigerator. They have to be able to pick their ingredients to make the right meal. We cannot make any moves until we correct the coaching situation because we got to get players to fit the system.
Well, let me put my flag in the sand right now.
Tibbs. Oof, that's rough.
Blackball or no blackball?
Mark Jackson.
The right coach for this team right now is Mark Jackson. They may not be able to bring him back. Maybe all the owners got together, but you talking about someone who has a system, someone who's a leader of men, someone who's a culture changer, someone who can reset the franchise, and demand respect from the players. It's Mark Jackson.
Hey, maybe we should push for that, friends and family. Maybe we should put that on our agenda. Let's put that on the agenda. They said we can't make it. Yeah. Hey, we don't want Taylor Jacobs no more, friends and family. Hey, give us Mark Jackson. Give us Mark Jackson. He make the young kids believe. Believe. Let's get.
I got two teammates, not teammates, classmates that were recently on a podcast together. And that's Mark Jackson and Rod Strickland. Rod Strickland was just Coach of the Year for Long Island University. He is everyone's shocked by how effective a coach he is. Just give it a few years, man. Rod might be in the NBA.
I like Rod Strickland. I've always liked Rod Strickland.
I'll
take Sam Cassell. I'll take Sam
Cassell with a system. Who runs a system that we can identify? You know, I haven't seen one in 2 years. That's all I want to know. Because even when we had a system, even with Adrian Griffin,
it's been longer than 2 years.
13. We was 30-13. Then we went to a systemless guy. We've been losing ever since. You know, so I'm just.
He's under 500 since he's been here.
So I just want somebody with a system. I don't even know, but the thing is, it's hard to evaluate the players we have because we haven't had a system. They haven't played in the system. I don't know what we got. Can we win with in a system?
It was hard to evaluate the players that we got rid of.
Yeah.
Chris Livingston.
I got some support.
Yeah, you got some support. Hey, you got some support. Hey.
But
I'm just saying, Boston
you talking about Giannis
being Boston, Golden State, Phil Jackson. I mean, it's known that when you have a true and tried system in the NBA, you're gonna be up there. You're gonna be winning some games. It's just the way it's always been. Emi Udoka, perfect example. He runs his system. They always go from east to best and one of the best in the league. So I think that's really the formula for the Bucks. If we understand it, if our GM understands it, it's not just about players. It's about a coach bringing a winning culture here. You know what I mean? And if we can get that and with a system that makes sense, and then like Dr. Smith said, bringing the players to fill the system in so it works effectively. Yeah. You might have something. Will Giannis be here for that? No.
Go ahead, Jay.
Would y'all rather have Doc Rivers in the front office than Jon Horst?
He said no. He wouldn't even play players. He a bad player for the team.
I don't want Doc
nowhere near this team. I want Doc on a golf course.
No.
Let him go. Let him go try to help Tiger Woods get over what he got going. Let him go coach Tiger Woods.
I'm trying to see what's the difference.
Can he get a consultant? Can he be a scout?
I'm trying to see what's the difference between Horst and Doc. That's what I'm trying to do.
There is no
What's the
difference.
difference?
They're all connected. There
They're
is no
both
Because it
difference.
looks
corporate
like
guys.
Horse is still gonna
To
be.
me, your point, you saying they corporate guys. Jon Horst is a corporate guy.
Yeah.
That's what you're basically
Doc,
saying, and then you're saying Doc is a corporate
He's
guy, and that's really what's
no,
they.
what Doc Rivers is a professional excuse maker.
He definitely is.
He
Very true.
all these years, he has very professionally and articulately made excuses for every time he's come up short. And I don't think I think right now he's a culture buster, a culture maker. Now to Pronte's point, Pronte, this is what needs to happen. You talk about system. You need to start looking at coaching trees. Just think about how many people came out of that San Antonio system. Now I think you gotta start looking at people like, does Steve Kerr have a coaching tree?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yeah.
do what's another really good coach? Spolstra.
Mm-hmm.
You need to start looking at guys from those coaching trees
Mm-hmm.
that can
Udoka.
come and take that seed, that DNA,
That's a
and bring
fact.
it over to the Bucks.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
agree. So,
Oh
what
yeah.
system would we like to have though? Would we like to play the Heat system? We like the
Heat culture.
because Bud is a Spurs
Spurs.
coaching tree. So that means everybody under him is the same in a sense. Like Tyler Jenkins and the dude that's in
Is it
Charlotte right now.
Charles or
Yeah.
whatever? What is
Lee.
Charles?
Lee.
Yeah.
Lee,
Charles
Chris
Lee. Yeah.
Lee. So my thing
Well,
is like,
well, here's the challenge, y'all. Here's the challenge. Now let's talk to my basketball. If you want a modern system,
mhm.
Giannis is a little bit of a dinosaur in a modern system. If you talk about moving the ball and people not just passing but moving bodies, cutting, moving around, can Giannis adjust his game to where he doesn't have to be so ball down? He can still get the majority of touches, but not be so ball dominant where he can get the ball at the end of the play rather than initiating it, because he needs to start saving some wear and
I
tear
don't.
on his
You
knees, on
didn't
his
get the
legs.
you didn't get the memo. You didn't get the
I don't
memo,
think
B
he
Shot.
has anything.
He don't got nothing like that on his agenda. That's why I've been saying whatever coach that we get, he has to build the system around Giannis. Giannis is not going to assimilate to any system. Those days are long gone. What he
But we're
does is
not.
what he does.
We're not
If
gonna do that either.
I'm
We're
trying to
not gonna.
tell y'all, you have to build the system around
But
Giannis.
I'm saying the coach that we get,
Mm-hmm.
I,
we're not gonna keep doing this around Giannis thing because he's not that anymore.
Then you got to make a decision. You poop or get
well,
off the pot.
That's what I'm saying.
here's the real issue. It's not because every team builds. You got to get another superstar. It's just a lack of talent.
That's the point.
Just trust me, because every team builds around a superstar. You can't tell me Shea ain't taking 30 shots in the playoffs, because he is.
Right.
And he has. Luka taking
But the,
plenty of shots in the playoffs. He is, and he has.
well,
That's
we
not the
pretty much
point,
saying
Pronte.
we
We're
saying
not
the
saying
same
about
thing.
his look, Pronte. That's
We
not what
saying the
we're
same
saying.
thing.
Yeah, what we're
No,
saying is
I'm saying, my point is like, it's the ability to coach the other players.
Right.
but
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Pronte,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
Pronte, what we're saying is the way we're playing now, the ball's in Giannis's hand. Everybody is standing there. They're not involved in the game. So
That's a
there will need to
problem.
be a system
That's a
built where the
problem.
ball move. He can't just score 30 and 10.
It doesn't
And that's
matter. The ball's moving right now. We get blown out by 30.
you listen,
It's the ability.
Pronte.
You gotta.
I got money
Even the solar
saying
system
I
revolves
got
around the
money saying
sun,
if
though.
we continue to
Like,
play, listen, Pronte,
even the
we
solar
cannot.
system revolves around something. That's the
Yes,
same with
I'm
basketball.
saying that we need to build a system around what he does. We have to do that. If we do not and try to get him to do something else, he is going to push back. That's what I'm saying. So there is no workaround. There is no workaround.
There is
Giannis
no.
is not going to change. He's not going to play off the
I
ball.
watched a game the other day. I think it was Golden State versus the Rockets. Right. Great game. Steph Curry played came off the bench. What was the Warriors when Steph Curry was out? 9-18. The
Well,
son is Steph Curry. That
okay.
system is built around Steph Curry. So when he came back, they instantly would look like a playoff team. But what does Steve Kerr do well that Doc doesn't do well? All good coaches, including Phil Jackson, Spoelstra, gets the others to do their job. What has Doc elevated more than
But
anything in this? He hasn't elevated Giannis or the people that's used to the
now,
league.
Brian,
He's
so
elevated the
you use Steph Curry as an example.
yes, because Steph. Yeah, look at their team.
Wait
They
a minute,
9-18 without Steph
time out.
Curry.
But
Okay,
that's
I
not that
understand,
that
but you use an
that's a
example of a
that's a better
team
coach.
with a modern offense, and the offense is
Then
built
why are they
around a
nine and
player
eighteen
that
without Steph Curry?
moves.
Jack? Why are they 9-18 without Steph Curry if it's so modern?
They don't have
Say what?
anybody. They don't have
That
anybody.
they
They
only
don't have
have
no
Steph Curry.
talent.
Everybody's hurt.
Why are they 9-18 without Steph Curry?
Listen,
What we have a loser record with or without Giannis.
Why are they 9-18 without Steph Curry?
Why do
listen,
we have a loser record with Giannis playing?
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
We have a losing record with him this year
What
playing.
team
And
has won without a superstar?
that's not what you just talked about. You talked about a loser record. I'm telling you, we have a
Oh my
loser
God.
record this year
There's no
with Giannis.
team that I've seen win a legitimate championship without a superstar.
But
Detroit Pistons
when
2002. Detroit Pistons
Y'all know this,
2002.
man.
Detroit
Jaylen
Pistons.
That's the
is
only
Jaylen Brown
one.
considered a
That's the
superstar?
only team I've seen in 30 years do that. You know how hard that is to do? That's extremely hard to do, y'all.
Hold on one
Like,
sec. Let me give my boy super
it's
chat.
hard.
Spanish Gatsby. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Trading Giannis tough because you're putting a lot of faith in the front office because it's very easy to become the Wizards. It's very hard to be the OKC. Fire Horst.
let me
It's
change the subject just a
hard,
little
y'all.
Go
bit.
ahead, B-Shaq.
Let
They're
me
not gonna
just
fire their yes man.
I do want to talk about a couple of players tonight that
Okay.
played, but I do want to say this about Giannis. I really think at this stage he's going to be 32 in December, 32, and he has been injured going back to the year before the championship, including the year of the championship. What Giannis spent all these years bulking up, I would like to see him lose a little bulk to try to get some of that speed back, some of that agility, flexibility back.
Slim down.
Not maybe lose maybe about 10 pounds, maybe. And still stay strong. You get the right trainer that can reshape his
Lean out.
body a little bit
You can
because
get
at
lean.
this he's going to be strong no matter what. But he's heavier than when he won the championship.
Mhm.
And I think it'll be better for the longevity of his career if he would lighten up a little bit. Now, let me say this about tonight's game just a little bit. A couple of things that stood out to me. I only kind of saw the first half, so if I'm missing something, forgive me.
Okay.
Every game, we're seeing Jericho Sims handle more and more and more. I mean, I was like, what? Somebody must have told this dude, we want to see the whole package. Man, he drove and did a spin. Like he did almost a Giannis spin around. I was like, yo.
He looked like
So
he
that's
could pass
pleasant to
better
see.
than
I
our
would like to see
guards.
that player development continue. Like over the summer, maybe
Right.
again, I want to see what it looks like if
In the
he can
system.
shoot a ball from the corner. I want to see what that looks like. Because him faking and driving baseline is could be really effective. That could cause a lot of havoc there in the paint. Here's another thing.
He
It
catch some
was
screens.
hilarious to me. It was hilarious to me how many times AJ Green looked off C Ryan tonight.
Oh,
Cormac
Cormac.
Ryan.
Cormac.
He would. I saw him a couple of times, man. Like he was open and he wouldn't even look at him, man.
Oh, he know what's going on. He ain't stupid.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Corner still
homeboy
got double
scored like
digits.
14 points. Ended up scoring 14, at least 14 points. I think in the game, maybe more.
Yeah.
I think he's a better player than AJ.
Oh, it's not even close. They're not even the same category.
Cormac
Yeah.
is 28 years, about to be
Corman's
28.
got an all-around game.
Yeah.
Did y'all know he's about to be 28?
Yes.
I
Yep.
did not know that.
I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
27, about to be 28.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't. I was like,
But you know where he's
not
from,
know that.
right? Y'all know where he's from, right?
New York.
Carolina. He went to
New York.
Carolina.
Brooklyn.
But he's from like Lower Manhattan, Brooklyn somewhere.
Yeah.
He got that little swag on him.
Yeah.
He had some people in the. He had some people.
got
I
off
like him.
the
I
road.
like Cormac. I think he a good player on a good team. Like he a really, really solid piece.
I agree. Good rotational player.
I think he's somebody you can rely on to do certain things, and he's gonna be consistent.
That's what we need. We got to start somewhere.
too.
We need more of those players, those Pete Nances that are going to be professional. Cormac Ryan, Sims. Taurean Prince is really I've really grown to like Taurean Prince recently. He looks like he could be a piece.
I would like to see this team with a good coach. I wanted to see
we're not terrible.
Because I think they might have won like 40
Hey, is it over?
Like, because I don't know if this team is as bad as it looks.
No.
But
no,
it's disorganized. It's so disorganized. Disheveled.
Hold on 1 second, B-Shot. We'll get last words. Hold on 1 second. We'll start with Jay Lewis. Hey, Jay Lewis, we're going to start with you. We're going to get last one before it get too late. Go ahead, Jay Lewis.
I just wanted to say, Pronte, are you already waving the right white flag that we're not going to get a good coach?
What's Horst's history of getting a good player and a coach? I don't know.
Right. You're right.
So, even the Tyler Jenkins kind of scared me because it's like, why are we getting Tyler Jenkins? Why did his name pop up?
Because he was here already. Because he was already
Giannis. Be honest. So I kind of don't want him because Jon Horst needs to develop as a GM.
That's a fact. Damn.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Like,
yo, he just said this man needed to develop as a GM. It's crazy. You're right, though. You're 100% right, but that's not the case. He shouldn't be learning on the job. He shouldn't need to develop. He should already be it.
That's the same moves he's been making with players. Like, does that give you confidence that Taylor Jenkins is? To me, it really doesn't. I just know he has a system.
No, because he's already been here.
Yeah, but he's a tough coach. The only thing I like about Taylor Jenkins, he went to another team. He was successful with younger players, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he got fired.
System. Well, Jon Morant had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, they got him. He got four. I would say more. He got forced out.
John Morant in a situation kind of tanked that whole franchise.
Right.
So I can blame him, but I can't. But still, it's like, bro. Like, what if y'all like? At least I think
facts, Patricia.
Mind, if Taylor Jenkins,
I tell you who I want to see as a GM.
Who was that? Oh yeah, I would like him. He knows
yeah, from the Raptors. Yeah.
Masai Ujiri.
Yeah. He know what he's doing over there.
He's been executive of the year before too.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that Taylor Jenkins will coach the young players up. He has a history of coaching young players up. Has a history of getting their respect. That's all I know. Am I confident? Not really. But
does that mean is Ja gonna come? Is Ja gonna follow him?
It don't matter if Ja. I don't care because I'm at the sense. I'm thinking about the Packers and the Brewers. Like, you got to get a coach that you believe in and rock with that coach in a small market because it's hard to keep superstars in this market.
Yeah,
because
that's a fair point. No, that's
it's hard to get them to come here. So you got to develop from the draft. You got to get it the hard way. And if you ain't got the GMs that can think basketball and only basketball, and what scares me is what Jay Lou saying when he say he corporate. That's scary because that's not good in the small market. That doesn't fare well for a good market because Herb Cole was laissez-faire too. And look how hard it was to build a good team with him as an owner. He had
to sell the team.
He had to sell the team. We almost lost the team.
Right.
So my thing is like, I that makes me nervous because it's like we need a basketball person in Milwaukee. We need somebody who lives basketball. and brings basketball in the organization and in the
So,
GM.
All right. Hold on. What's that? We're gonna end with B Shaq. Go ahead, B Shaq.
so master plan. If you can get Masai Ujiri in early, who helped Giannis's family move from Nigeria to Greece to get their citizenship, knowing he can build a team, I think that would be a great move to kind of repair the relationship. Giannis would definitely have enough confidence to stay and work
Good
with
point.
what he puts together. The other thing I'm wondering is, what does KPJ surgery mean for his future in Milwaukee?
What's the surgery with?
He had knee
He had knee
surgery.
surgery.
He had knee surgery.
Like
I forgot to
seriously,
mention. Yeah. Clean
Today.
up. Clean up.
Apparently, the knee that got him hurt in the first place, the first game, has been bothering him all year.
Okay.
So he finally decided to go in and
get it fixed.
You saying it wasn't major, it was just a cleanup?
Yeah.
They all say that.
Yeah, that is the term. That is the term. Go ahead,
He
B.
was explosive. He was plenty explosive on an engineer. I'd love to see him with a fully. But I have a feeling that
knees don't get stronger.
For people that are just looking for an excuse to give up on him or whatever, that might be it. I hope not. I guess it all depends on the vision of the next GM and coach. Yeah. Well, we don't know. We don't know if Horst is going anywhere. But
if you were a GM, B-Shaq, who would you hire as a coach? Mark Jackson?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Amber? Who would you hire as a coach?
I would love to see like a Mark Jackson. Sam Cassell would be on my list if he was up there.
Why Sam Cassell? Why you got so much faith in Sam Cassell?
I've heard nothing about good things from him from other players about his basketball mind, how he helps coach young players. He has a lot of intangibles, and he's already familiar with Milwaukee. He played here. He's coming from a winning situation. He understands the system. He's over there with the Celtics. That would be able to take one of their main coaches that everybody loves over there. We could get him over here. We'd be able to take something from them and learn from them. Yeah, I would really. That would be my dark horse. Yeah, that would be my dark horse. I don't know how y'all feel. Y'all might think that's wild. We could talk about it next live, but I got Sam Cassell on my list. That's who I would want. I would want Sam Cassell.
I wanted Udoka a couple of years ago when.
But that it was too. That was too toxic at the time. The Bucks couldn't pull that. It was too.
I would have loved that though.
See, Houston, that type of conduct is acceptable. That's why it wasn't no big deal in Houston. No disrespect in Houston. No disrespect, but if you know what's going on in Houston. If you know. I'll just leave that there. I appreciate y'all.
Now we got our own garbage. We got our own garbage to deal with.
All right. Oh, don't forget, we going live tomorrow. We play the Pistons, so I'll holler at y'all. Hopefully y'all can tap in. Jay Lewis, appreciate you tapping in. Prate.
Appreciate you always, sir.
Hey, South Florida's finest B-Shaq. Great conversation. This is a classic. This will be under Instant Classic playlist. Just so y'all know, this will be under Instant Classic playlist. Appreciate y'all. All right, y'all. B-Shaq, I'll let you admit it. All right, Prate. Salute. Jay Lewis. Salute. Appreciate y'all. Man, this is a good live. I didn't realize how late it was. It's almost 11. We pushing 2.5 hours. Talking nothing about this Bucks talk. Are you not entertained? What? We the best in the business. I don't care who else talking about it. We do it the best. We move the needle around here, and we got the receipts that what we say we make happen. So collectively, friends and family, before we get out of here, next live, we need to really discuss and figure out who we want our coach to be, because y'all know we'll make it happen. But we got to be collective. We have to all our voices need to be as one. So we done put a couple names out there after the live, put some more names in the comment section. Let's bring it up. And y'all know what happens when we focus and we get Gibson up in here. You know what's going to be a move. You know something going to shake. So friends and family, let's take this time. Let's do a little homework. Let's really see what would be the right coach and fit for this team. Like I said, I'm standing with Sam Cassell. Mark Jackson is a good option as well, but I'm standing with Sam Cassell. Who do you stand with? Let us know in the comment section. Also, what do you think about the GM? Do you want to give Horst one more try with a coach? Do you want Horst and the coach out of there like Walmart and Sam's? Package them up, ship them. Y'all let me know in the comment section. But I thought there was a lot of great conversation in today's live regarding Giannis, what's going on with Giannis, what the narratives are, the media, all the truth that came out. Just a Bucks organization, that's all we wanted to know. Like, we weren't pressing y'all for no reason. As fans, we just want to be kept in the loop. And we appreciate you divulging all of the information. We didn't even know you was going to tell us all that, but you told us everything, and we appreciate it. And it makes things easier as a fan to digest what's going on when you have all the information. So I do want to give the Bucks credit for at least letting us know what's going on and plans to get a new coach and all of that. No one, and I just want y'all to pat yourselves on the back, because we're no other outlets talking about this stuff before us. Nobody was talking about the coach and the GM. None of that. That's all us. So that's why we need to continue to keep it real and tell the truth, because the right people are watching and moves are being made when we're consistent. You can speak it into existence. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content. I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. We just got done discussing the Bucks' loss against the Nets in Brooklyn, but that don't matter because we happy about what's about to happen in the future. We getting us a new coach, and we don't know what else new we getting. But we going to ride with this team, and we going to figure it out. But it's like I told y'all, if they can't fix it, it's up to us to fix it. So that means they got to get the answers from us. Y'all keep putting up outstanding comments in the comment section. Panel members keep dropping gems of Dr. Smith, B. Shacks, Jay Lewis, all of y'all that been in here. Jeff, appreciate y'all. Pronte, we got to keep doing. We got to do the work, y'all. We'll fix it. We will fix it. Let's stop holding other people responsible for stuff we know we can take care of. Let's get it done, y'all. Comment, like, subscribe, go. We gonna get this done. Us.